Monster Hunter games are largely a mod-free affair. Notable exceptions would include the custom quest creator from 4 Ultimate, but for the most part, decking out your game with mods or custom equipment is difficult and requires a lot of extra research and effort. A few years ago, I covered texture modding, but that was for Monster Hunter Tri on the Wii, a system that has famously been cracked wide open, and even that was kind of difficult. But today, Monster Hunter World is on PC, a gaming platform that was arguably built on mods. There's no stopping people from investigating and tampering with these files, so let's take a look through the Nexus directory of mods for Monster Hunter World and see if anything catches our eye. Also, I don't condone using any game-breaking mods or anything like that. You might get banned, you might lose your save data, you might ruin the fun for others, you might not, who knows, but make sure you use these at your own risk. The first thing we're going to install is more of a utility mod than anything. The PC version of Monster Hunter World is known for performance issues and bugs, so this mod called SpecialK has the potential to fix some of that, as well as look at some more in-game metrics, I guess. And let me tell you, if graphs are your thing, you're gonna love this. The most interesting part about SpecialK, in my opinion, is just how much control you have over the inner workings of the game. You could set the game to only run on certain CPU cores, which may help performance in some cases. You can tweak the colors to minimize that sort of bleached look that appears on everything in this game. There's a handful of other things in here, but let's be honest, none of this really affects the gameplay at all. It's almost entirely diagnostics for, well, diagnosing issues. Let's go ahead and move on. So you know the arm wrestling arena, I mean the gathering hub? The one where you can arm wrestle your fellow hunters? Isn't it kind of silly how all the actual useful NPCs are nowhere to be found in that area, even though you can go directly from the end of a quest into the gathering hub? Yeah, I don't know why there's no blacksmith or researcher or farmer up there. Instead, you have to go all the way back into town to reap the rewards of your side hustles. Well, not anymore. This mod is called Improved NPC Locations, and it's simple. It adds useful NPCs to the gathering hub. No more extra loading screens, you can craft all the armor you want up here in an arm wrestling arena. It also adds the farmer and researcher up here as well, so it really helps streamline things. It just saves you a whole bunch of time. According to the description, you can use it online, and anyone that doesn't have the mod will simply see you talking to ghosts. I don't know if it's safe to use online, but damn if this isn't convenient. Too bad we can't get something like this on the PS4 or Xbox, where load times are significantly longer. Now, I spoke to each of the NPCs in both town and in the gathering hub, and they all seem to work as intended. This is a really useful mod, and I would recommend it if you play on PC. So let's address the elephant in the room when it comes to modding. I feel like half of the Nexus is just texture mods at this point, and they're all to varying degrees of quality. Yeah, I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. There's a lot of smut on the Nexus. I mean, some people might enjoy that for being so scandalous or whatever, and that's fine. I don't care. You do you, you know. But they're so unrealistic. Please tell me how going to the battle in your undergarments is a good idea. It doesn't even look good. But more importantly, there are a few that stand out from the rest, namely this one, which replaces the head of everybody's favorite NPC with our actual favorite NPC, the Meowscular Chef. Here's another one from my nightmares, replacing every single NPC with the handler. Or you could put wiggler hats on everybody. Yeah, these don't do much, but they are a nice distraction from your hunter's sad and lonely existence. And there are really a ton of these. The last one I want to mention is called Canine Palico, which is kind of weird. Makes your Palico look like a rabid coyote. What this tells me, though, is that Capcom should have dogs in the next Monster Hunter. Transmogrification is in Generations Ultimate, but it's unfortunately not in World. This mod here, simply called MHW Transmog, helps get around that through a simple application, and it's very easy to use, and apparently it works in multiplayer. There are a few other iterations of this transmog idea floating around there on the Nexus, but I chose this one because it's easy to use, and it's also the first one that I clicked on. To use it, it's pretty simple. All you do is launch World, then you launch the transmog application here, you pick your save file, and you can modify each armor slot by inputting a numerical value. There's this huge spreadsheet online that has the values for each armor set. For example, if I wanted to make my current set look like a Raytheon armor, I just input the value 73 for each slot. Then to see your changes in real time, you leave the area, open up your guild card, and you can see what you'll look like. Now, it's important to note that this is purely cosmetic. You're not modifying your skills or anything. You're only modifying your armor's appearance. Now, according to the description, other players will be able to see your armor when you play online, but you know the drill, there's always a risk when you use mods. There's another mod on the Nexus that will transmog your weapons, and I'm not 100% sure on how that works exactly, but there are some huge caveats according to the description. Maybe we'll look at that mod next time. So this is a DPS meter called MHW Damage Meter, and it's almost exactly what you would expect. It tracks how much damage you do compared to your teammates, so you can see who is slacking and who's the MVP. It really reminds me of the DPS meters that I used to use back when I played WoW, but this one is literally just a program that overlays on top of Monster Hunter World while it's running in borderless window mode. There's not really much more to it than that. Your teammates can't see it, it can't post any data to the chat box, and it's largely inconsequential, to be honest. If you're trying to kill something in record time or optimize your playstyle with a buddy, then I'm sure you might get some use out of this. The last mod that I really wanted to include in this video is called Ezekial's Custom Dual Blade Pack, but unfortunately I'm not far enough in the PC version of World to show off some of the new weapon models. One of my biggest gripes with Monster Hunter World is actually the lack of equipment diversity and the models. You know, it feels like half the time when you upgrade your weapon, you're getting the exact same weapon back because it looks the same. In that sense, it's not very rewarding. Well, this mod adds more visual diversity for dual blade users. Maybe if I ever do a follow-up to this video, I'll check this mod out. I'd love to see it in action. I have it installed, I just can't see any of the new dual blades because I'm not far enough. Well, there are some of the mods that you're able to choose from. If you play Monster Hunter World on the PC, there's a link to every mod mentioned here down in the description box below. Didn't even scratch the surface of all the available mods. There's like 25,000 pages of mods on the Nexus, and there's new ones being added and updated every day. If you know of any really necessary mods for Monster Hunter World on the PC, please let me know down in the comments below. Make sure you bop that subscribe button for more Monster Hunter and gaming videos. It's currently the holiday season. I wanted to cover some of the bigger releases as well, so be on the lookout for those. See ya.